Imagine a world where two of the most powerful titans on Earth have finally stopped fighting each other. Godzilla rules the surface. Kong lives deep beneath the planet in a mysterious world known as the Hollow Earth. Everything seems peaceful until an ancient enemy wakes up. An enemy powerful enough to control another titan, create a new ice age, and threaten both the human world and the entire titan species. And this time, Godzilla and Kong are going to have to fight together. This is the story of Godzilla X Kong, the new empire. 3 years after the battle against Mechagodzilla, Kong has made the Hollow Earth his new home. But despite becoming stronger than ever, Kong has one major problem. He's alone. He explores the enormous underground world searching for others like himself, hoping that somewhere deep beneath the earth, other members of his species are still alive. Meanwhile, on the surface, Godzilla has taken on a completely different role. He has become the protector of humanity. Whenever another dangerous titan threatens the planet, Godzilla appears to restore balance. After defeating Scylla in Rome, Godzilla returns to the famous Colosseum and settles down to rest. But something is bothering him. Godzilla can sense that something is coming, and instead of staying in one place, he begins moving from one source of radiation to another. He attacks a nuclear facility in France, absorbs radiation, and then travels toward the Arctic. His destination is the lair of a titan called Tiamat. Godzilla isn't doing this randomly. He's preparing himself for a battle he doesn't even fully understand yet. At the same time, something strange is happening to Gia. Gia is the last known survivor of the Iwi people from Skull Island, and she has always had a mysterious connection with the Titans. Now she's experiencing strange visions. She begins seeing images that nobody else can understand. Her adoptive mother, Dr. Eileen Andrews, becomes worried. Then Monarch discovers something even stranger. Deep inside the Hollow Earth, one of their observation stations detects an unidentified signal. The signal appears to be coming from somewhere deep underground, and Gia seems to be connected to it. So Andrews, Gia, Titan veterinarian trapper, and conspiracy podcaster Bernie Hayes decide to investigate. But before they can understand the signal, Kong makes a discovery of his own. A massive sinkhole opens near Kong's territory. Kong enters it and discovers a completely unexplored section of the Hollow Earth. And what he finds changes everything. There are other giant apes living down there. For the first time in years, Kong realizes that he may not be the last of his kind. But these apes aren't exactly welcoming. Kong encounters a young ape named Suko. At first, Suko and the other apes try to challenge Kong, but Kong quickly realizes that Suko isn't really his enemy. He's just scared. As Kong continues through the underground world, Suko slowly begins trusting him. Their relationship becomes one of the most important parts of Kong's journey. Kong isn't simply searching for his species anymore. He's beginning to find a family. But then they reach the territory of the ape leader. And that's where Kong meets the true villain of the story, the Skar King. Unlike Kong, the Skar King doesn't rule through strength alone. He rules through fear. He has enslaved an entire tribe of giant apes and forces them to obey him. But the Skar King has an even more terrifying advantage, a titan called Shimo. Shimo is an ancient creature, capable of producing an incredible freezing attack, and the Skar King controls Shimo using a mysterious crystal. Whenever Shimo refuses to obey, the crystal causes her immense pain. The Skar King orders Shimo to attack Kong, and Kong quickly realizes that brute strength isn't going to be enough. Shimo unleashes her freezing power. Kong's arm is badly affected by the extreme cold, leaving him seriously injured. Kong manages to escape with Zuko's help, but he loses his powerful axe along the way. Meanwhile, Andrews and her team finally reach the source of the mysterious signal. They discover that the Monarch Station has been destroyed. As they continue deeper into the hollow earth, they find a hidden temple. Inside, they discover something that changes their understanding of the Titans. The signal wasn't an attack. It was a distress call. The surviving Iwi people have been trying to communicate with the outside world, and the ancient writings inside the temple reveal the history of the Skar King. Long ago, the Skar King attempted to conquer the surface world, but he eventually came into conflict with Godzilla's ancestors. The battle became so powerful that Shimo's freezing abilities helped create an ice age. Eventually, Godzilla's ancestors defeated the Skar King and trapped him deep within the hollow earth. But the Skar King never gave up. For ages, he waited. And now, he's ready to escape. At the same time, Kong reaches the temple after being injured. Trapper helps him by fitting a powerful mechanical brace over his damaged arm. The device gives Kong enough strength to continue fighting. But there's another important discovery. The ancient prophecy suggests that Gia has a special role in restoring an ancient guardian. And that guardian is Mothra. Gia eventually helps awaken Mothra. The legendary Titan returns. But while all of this is happening underground, Godzilla is getting stronger. Godzilla reaches Tiamat's territory. A massive battle begins. Godzilla defeats Tiamat and absorbs the enormous amount of radiation surrounding the Titan's lair. The energy causes a major transformation. Godzilla becomes even more powerful. His dorsal plates begin glowing with a bright magenta color. This isn't just a new look. It's a sign that Godzilla has evolved for the battle ahead. Now Kong knows he can't defeat the Skar King and Shimo alone. He needs Godzilla. So Kong travels to the surface and reaches Egypt. He knows that if he makes enough noise, Godzilla will come. And eventually, Godzilla appears. But there's one problem. Godzilla doesn't understand Kong's intentions. Instead of seeing Kong as an ally, Godzilla sees him as a threat entering his territory. The two titans clash again. Kong tries to communicate. Godzilla isn't interested. Their fight becomes increasingly intense. But then, Mothra arrives. With Gia nearby, Mothra manages to calm Godzilla down. Godzilla finally understands that Kong isn't looking for another fight. He's asking for help. And now, for the first time, the three titans stand together. Godzilla, Kong, and Mothra. Their target is the Skar King. The three return to the Hollow Earth. But the Skar King has already begun preparing his army. His plan is simple: escape the Hollow Earth, reach the surface, and conquer the world. With Shimo under his control, he has enough power to turn the entire planet into an icy wasteland. The final battle begins. Kong charges into the army of giant apes. Godzilla attacks the Titans. Mothra joins the fight. And deep underground, the battle becomes absolute chaos. But the Skar King manages to escape toward the surface. Godzilla and Kong follow him. The battle eventually reaches Rio de Janeiro. And that's when the Skar King's final plan begins. He orders Shimo to unleash her freezing power. Shimo fires her devastating ice attack into the atmosphere. The temperature begins dropping rapidly. The sky changes. Ice spreads across the environment. The Skar King is attempting to trigger another ice age. Godzilla and Kong fight desperately to stop him. But Shimo is incredibly powerful. Even together, Godzilla and Kong struggle against her. Then Zuko arrives. and Suko has brought something extremely important. Kong's old axe. Suko uses the axe to destroy the crystal controlling Shimo. And suddenly, everything changes. Shimo is free. For the first time, she's no longer being controlled by the Skar King. The Skar King realizes that his greatest weapon has become his greatest enemy. Shimo turns against him. Kong joins her, and together they finally bring down the Skar King. The tyrant who controlled an entire civilization is defeated by the very creature he enslaved. But the danger isn't over yet. The Ice Age is still spreading. The world is freezing. So Godzilla uses his enormous atomic power to fight back against the cold. His energy begins melting the ice and reversing the catastrophe. Eventually, the threat is stopped. The world survives, and the Titans return to their respective territories. Godzilla goes back to the surface. He returns to the Colosseum in Rome and rests once again. Mothra returns to protect the Iwi people and restore the barrier surrounding their hidden home. And Kong's story ends in a completely different way. He returns to the Hollow Earth with Suko and Shimo. But this time, Kong isn't alone. He has finally found his own species. And instead of simply searching for a place to belong, Kong becomes their leader. For the first time, he truly has a kingdom. And more importantly, he has a family. The movie ends with Godzilla remaining the protector of the surface, while Kong becomes the leader of the giant apes in the Hollow Earth. Two titans, two worlds. And now, instead of being enemies, they are powerful allies, because the biggest lesson of this story is simple. Sometimes, even the strongest creature in the world can't win alone. Kong needed Godzilla. Godzilla needed Kong. And together, they stopped an ancient evil that neither one of them could have defeated by themselves. This was Godzilla X Kong, the new empire. A story about ancient titans, hidden civilizations, betrayal, freedom, and two legendary monsters finally becoming allies. And the MonsterVerse is far from over.